Alright guys, this is Noah and I's first scouting trip together this year. We're going to pop up over this hayfield here. It's a little bit early, but I was out here a couple days ago and seen a really nice buck. And we're going to see if they came back and see what else might be up here. I haven't scouted this field too hard. I was just cruising back from scouting another place and I saw these deer out here. So let's head on out here and see if we can find them. So if we could get up in it high enough,
we might be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, wind-wise, as long as the wind's not blowing hard, I feel like our scent control, we are going to be fine.
I mean, if you look at the wind that we have right now, this is perfect wind.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, even where they came from tonight, if you were halfway down the fence line and they come from that direction, you would have a perfect wind. But I guess I have to go see what that tree looks like again. Cause in my head, like I can't really remember it all.
Yeah.
I
mean, I would too. I just saw a tree that you could get a tree stand in.
I mean, that telephone pole is an ideal spot. Wouldn't recommend you go up in a rainstorm, but
you gotta do what you gotta do to kill whitetails.
Yeah.
Anything for a big buck. At least, like, if they come out in that corner, you can shoot right when they step out.
Yeah.
And especially if we have mineral wood.
Like right where the deer is, that's up on the fence line.
Yeah.
Like that's, to me, that wouldn't be a terrible spot, just in the sense that you're kind of in between. But over here, if we can consistently get them in that valley, I think that's a great spot.
Yeah.
Because then we're...
I guess my thing is, if you hunt over here, the deer pile into the field, when it comes time to get down, you're blowing everything out.
Yeah.
You're going to blow less deer out.
I mean, that setup's kind of like what we have with molars.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, you can get them in that access is good. I guess I just want to see the deer doing that.
Yeah. Like able to kill them from that tree.
I'd like to see them in that valley more than the one time I walked up on them. It looks like they're headed that way, but they may be going in the woods.
They could be cutting across that opening, going that way, and you won't get a shot at that. Oh, is that really wide deer?
He's just a funny dude.
That is funny looking.
Look how tall that thing is.
It kind of looks like you're bucking how wide it is, Noah, but it's just not as tall.
It's a good one. All right, guys. Ethan and I went filming tonight. Caden, his younger nephew, tagged along with us, and he was working most of the camera kind of behind the scenes for us tonight and getting some secondary shot angles while we were trying to do most of the primary filming. We went over to one of our favorite properties, and at first we actually were just driving around and saw a lot of deer moving tonight, and then we went to the spot that we were originally gonna film at tonight and didn't really see anything out yet, so we kind of were just driving around, messing around, talking, having a good time, and went to one of our favorite properties, and we walked over the hill and saw a good group of deer. And then as the night went on, there was just a lot more deer started piling into this field that we were scouting, and then eventually there were big bucks, just the normal night when it comes to deer hunting. The bigger bucks came out last, and toward the end of the night, one of the target bucks that we have, it's a really special deer, big 12 point that Ethan had seen earlier in the season and got to lay eyes on. This deer's developed into something truly special.
For sure.
So what do you want to say about it, E?
What I'd say about tonight is the content itself was awesome. Tons of great footage. We saw 10 plus bucks tonight, I would say. But the quality is maybe not the best because it was super rainy tonight and foggy. It was very hard to keep the lens clear, but you're definitely going to enjoy the content that we did get. Like I said, big bucks all over. Tonight was kind of just the perfect storm, you could say, literally, in the sense that the past week we've had nothing but torrential downpours, and tonight it was a consistent rain, but it was a light drizzle, and everything was just up on their feet in all the green fields. That's something that I've definitely noticed. I know he's noticed, is that every time we have like a very light drizzle, it seems like whatever crop you have in your area that's really green, has nice green leaves on it, it's more palatable, and those deer just flock to those fields and want to eat them. So that's just a good tip for you guys to especially when you're hunting or when you're scouting, definitely check out those green fields when you get a nice light rain, because the deer love to eat those wet pods, soybeans, whatever it is, clover, chicory, anything like that, whatever you got in your area.
Yeah, it was an alfalfa field that we were scouting tonight, and Ethan and I have hunted this property for 4 or 5 years now, and it was the most deer that we've seen in this field. So definitely exciting to lay eyes on, and our target buck wasn't the only big buck out there, but obviously that's the one that we're going to be shooting for if we're hunting on that property.
For sure.
So what did you think about your first summer scouting experience, Caden?
It was cool to see all those big deer and just be able to watch them for quite a while and see what they were doing, and it was cool.
Did you have fun operating the camera?
Yeah, it was cool.
And seeing how
A lot of laughs, a lot of bloopers.
Yeah, we had a lot of bloopers.
Yeah.
You like seeing how Uncle Ethan breaks down, his thought process for hunting deer and how we communicate and decide a good game plan on what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it was cool to come out and see with you guys, because I've seen footage of you guys going out and filming before, but this is my first time ever going out and actually looking to see what you guys do.
Yeah, that's probably one thing to note. A lot of people that hunt with us, they climb up in a tree and they think, oh well, we just put a stand there, but when really it's either discussions or a lot of arguments back and forth on why we think this stand should be here and what's the best spot, until we really break it down. Like for us, it's kind of scientifically like, why would we want to put that stand there? Is the access good? Is the wind good? Some of the good points that he brought up tonight with one of the spots that we're considering putting a stand is it is a little bit farther away, and you might not instantly be in the game as much, but the deer are crossing it at some point. But the wind and the access to get in and out, it allows us to, when we get to the stand and when we leave the stand, get out without spooking the deer. And especially early season in these fields that we hunt, that's probably one of the biggest problems we have to pressuring the deer, because we don't always shoot every deer that comes into the field. We'll watch a ton of deer walk and let them grow, but just the getting down out of the tree stand with that many eyes on you, it just puts so much pressure on the deer and makes it harder. But as we get older, that's one of the things that we're trying to learn, is to like, hey, what's the best access versus what's the best spot of being in just right in the middle while the deer
yeah, you really battle between, are you going to be really aggressive and potentially maybe have a better shot at shooting the deer and getting an opportunity at it, or are you going more strategic, as if you don't get an opportunity the first night, are you not blowing out all of the deer that are in the field and giving yourself a better chance for that second or third day or later in the week? So
I think another big thing for us too with that is, you know, even after we say we did harvest our target buck out of that, you know, we want to slip out of there and do as little damage as possible, because we have tons of friends and family that want to hunt, and we want to give them the best opportunity too. So setting up stands like that kind of helps us. You know, we had some really good spots and setups like that last year. I think one of our newer farms last year that I think it was the second year we hunted that farm that Richard got his buck. Yeah. We had an access on that one that was awesome. You know, you just kind of slipped right in the back, and you could get up this tree, and you're every deer is coming from down below you or up out of the field to you. So, and then when you go to get out, you're going the complete opposite way of which any of the deer would be, towards the road. So, and that was, first real hard hunting he ever did there. He killed that big 8 point. So that was
very successful hunt. So yeah, definitely you got to focus on your entrance and exits. That's a big thing for us, which way the wind is going to be blowing and where the deer are going to be entering and exiting the field as well. So sometimes you have to have multiple exit strategies just in case. But overall, it was a really good night. We all had a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. A lot of laughs. So until next time, we'll keep you guys updated along with the journey of chasing this buck in particular. We had a lot of other deer on camera tonight at one of our newer farms and other potential hit listers. So we'll keep you updated with that.
All right, guys. Noah and I are headed out to check some cameras. When we scouted this property a couple nights ago, it's one of our trusted properties where Noah harvested his buck last year, and we saw some really good deer from afar. We haven't checked the cameras there in 3 weeks. We're heading in there to do that tonight, maybe dump a little bit of corn down, and then we're headed over to our new farm, which is a really big farm. It's a little bit over 600 acres, and we were able to get one side of the road done a couple weeks ago, but there's 2 other sides that we haven't had the time to pay much attention to yet. We just went to the first spot where we had visibly saw some nice bucks from closer to the road where we were scouting, and tonight we're going to go in and get cameras set up in all those other spots that are farther back off the road where you can't see them. We haven't had the opportunity to really see anything big over there yet. We walked back there one night, but it was close to 9 o'clock. We had maybe 30 minutes of daylight left, and we saw some deer back there, but we didn't see anything big. So we're pretty confident that it's in an area where there's going to be some big bucks. We're going to get cameras out, and hopefully in a couple weeks we'll check them, and there's going to be another giant on there, and we can add a couple more shooters to the hit list. So stay tuned. The answer to your question is yes.
The big one?
There's a big one coming through here. I don't know which one it is.
That looks like the
10 point?
Is that that goofy dagger? Yeah.
Look at that goofy bud.
Dude, there he is. That's him, right? Can't tell.
This is the side this year, man, back here.
That was the tree I was talking about. That's the slip up right here. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, honestly though, you could probably get something up in there. No more. Yeah. Alright guys, Ethan and I are out checking cameras and we're planning on making a few adjustments here. We were scouting a couple nights ago and saw our #1 hitless buck, and he came out somewhere along this fence line, and after checking cameras, he's not really frequenting over on the back side of this field, and we got 2 pictures of him down over the hill here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a camera where we saw him come out of this tree line and dump a little bit of corn, see if we can't get some good pictures of him or get him frequenting this area a little bit more. And then we have a setup already here, but we might either make a better setup for this buck or move something along the lines. Hopefully we can just get a couple more pictures, just keeping you guys updated on what our game plan and strategy is for this buck. So. All right guys, Ethan and I are down here at the bottom part of the property, and we checked the camera here, and our #1 target buck, we don't have a name for him yet, was on camera the day after we put it out. The good news is that they ran the wheat that was in this field and put a second crop, which is going to be soybeans. So with these soybeans being put in late, toward the end of summer, we think that this field is going to be a big attraction to the mature bucks. They were in it this year already. They were in it last year, obviously, and I think that eventually they're going to be frequenting this field a little bit more as the summer progresses and the beans start to mature. So we're gonna keep you guys posted. We got the camera set back up, and we're gonna try to get out of here, eliminate the scent, and hope that they keep showing up and doing what they're doing. I think we got a really good chance to hunt this deer and put a good pursuit on him. I think that there's going to be a good chance that we're able to harvest him. So we're going to keep at it and keep putting a game plan together as the season progresses. So stay tuned with us. We're getting ready to head over to the new farm. That is it's a big project for us, and set out some more cameras and try to figure out and get more inventory on that property. So just stay tuned with us.